Travis Wayne Goodsell. It's raining, or has been raining. So if you're not familiar with my other videos, today is the sign in the heavens of Mars passing up Jupiter. Now it's either a handoff of authority, or it's a refusal to hand off authority. The dying moon is in conjunction but for conference, Mars will be blaspheming that weekend. So, and if you're going, what the hell are you talking about, Travis? Mormons are Latter-day Saints. They don't like to admit it because it's apocalyptic Christians who have set in course the destruction of the world because they want Jesus to appear. So, hey, we're going to be the villains. And so anybody associated with apocalyptic religion is sort of frowned on nowadays. And so the church, of course, wants to, they're ashamed, shall we say. They've partaken of the fruit of the tree of life and are ashamed, as the great and spacious building is mocking them. But if you've been paying attention to my life, I caught the church paying the person who had me disappeared, and put that as one of the counts in my lawsuit against the church under war crimes, because that's how they did it, was violating the war crimes law. And so the church is guilty of war crimes: treason, war crimes, RICO, bigamy, hate laws. The second count under war crimes is what's currently being done to me by the people in my immediate life here in this area, because of what the church did by the person that had me disappeared, and we're paying them. When you pay someone to commit a crime, or paying someone after they commit a crime on your behalf, that makes you guilty. So the church is guilty because of the payments to this person that you saw in the evidence. But if you've been paying attention lately, I'm under attack, as the lawyers are clueless, or they purposely know and are purposely mocking me, thinking that I'm not going to touch the church, and they're warning me, back off, we know what you're up to, and we're going to destroy you. You will not get this lawsuit through. So isn't that fun? But the lawyers used the people in count 2 of the war crimes section to come after me again. They had them outright lie to force me to be evicted, and we all know it's a lie, but they're under orders to do it. Just like when I was disappeared, the people that were over me were under orders to torture me by the church. And so it's like they don't care if they prove the case against them. That's the weird thing about it, is that, yeah, we're committing crimes, so what? And they order the people that they're accused of associating with to continue to commit crimes. It's bizarre behavior, because typically growing up, when I'm with my peers who think they're gonna do something wrong, they try to hide it. They don't want other people to know that they're gonna do something wrong, and when they tell somebody that they're gonna do something wrong, they say, "Now don't rat on me, don't be a snitch," and all that stuff, trying to cover their butts to protect themselves so that they can get away with it. But here, the church, they're openly brazen about it. Yeah, we're a crime organization, and we're continuing to order people to commit crimes on our behalf to protect the church. It's weird. And so, very weird. Similar to Trump. Very, very similar to Trump. Where the very next day after the Mueller report comes out, Trump goes and does exactly what the Mueller report indicated he was doing. And the Mueller didn't follow the money. With the church, we're following the money, and the church doesn't care. That's how powerful they think they are. And so, yeah, they're proving my case is true. That they are a criminal organization, and that all my counts are legitimate. That's, wow. So, I don't understand that level of corruption, but that's what it is. So if you're Mormon and you don't understand what's going on because you're not watching my other videos, you're gonna be shocked when it finally comes out that the church is done and gone. So but yeah, the lawyers know they cannot win the case that I have against them. That's why they're doing what they're doing, proving my case, is because they're desperate. And so, right after I filed, that's when all of the crap here got set in motion. And so the timing is obvious. It's blatant. And I get to add that to the situation. And they have 2 weeks left. Less than 2 weeks now. We're getting countdown time. And the lawyers would rather try to figure out how to destroy me rather than come clean or even try to fight the case against their client, because they're innocent, of course, right? The church couldn't possibly be a criminal organization. It couldn't possibly be working for the enemy of all righteousness. And so, they've obviously have a defense, and they could present it in court, and they would get off, and my case would be dismissed. Right? Right? If you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right? So, My my lawsuit was specifically designed because I know how criminals think. I know what they would plan. And so I threw in all those contingencies. And so they can't do what they did to Kay Birmingham. They've successfully stalled that case as the judge continues to hesitate on his decision whether to dismiss the case or not. And it's obvious you can't dismiss it. First Amendment guarantees people the right to prosecute. Petition the government for a redress of grievances. And so he can't dismiss it because people are being victimized. But when you're Mormon and you give loyalty to the church over the government of the United States of America, then you're in a conflict. What do you do? Who do you choose to follow? Because you can't serve two masters. Either the federal judges serve the United States of America, or they serve the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They can't serve both. And that's why it's so tough to sue the church, because the church is protected by everyone. And the federal officers always choose church over the client who's been victimized. And so my calling of the lawyers yesterday wasn't just to say, hey, I want my waiver of summons. It was also to let them know that I'm here. I'm real. The case is real. And they know I won because they're doing all this crap to try to destroy me. And so what I do purposely. It's not ignorance. It's not naivete. I purposely do what I do. And they know what they have to do, but apparently they're not brave enough to do it. They'd rather get other people to do the dirty work for them. And so, because of that weakness, I'm exploiting that. I'm exploiting them. So, let's just... Yeah, I mean, it's sad. Multi-billions of dollars that they've been collecting since Lorenzo Snow issued the tithing protectionist racket. All just to destroy America, as I've been talking about with my real church history videos. Because that was their intention. They were from the enemy. They rose up into power having infiltrated Joseph Smith's organization and had him assassinated. And all the clues show that, yeah, they were the enemy that planned to destroy America. And with the foiling of that plot by the Smiths, Brigham Young's group sought to form their own kingdom to one day go up against America. But America overpowered them. And so the church laid in wait, collecting their money, building their empire, waiting for the date when their brethren in crime around the world would implement their plot to destroy the world and America. And so it's not a coincidence that the coronavirus has struck. We've tend to forgotten forget that this is all a plot against America, against the world. The shutting down of cities, locking people up. Remember, we knew this was coming. Conspiracy theorists were posting the warnings about mass lockups under martial law. So look what's going on. They're trying to quarantine us ourselves. They've fired us from our jobs like a government shutdown, and they're forcing us into bondage, using the coronavirus as the excuse to do it. And the coronavirus is a serious threat. It does murder people. Despite those of us with pre-existing conditions that have very strong immune systems that can't get it. But, yeah, they're calling us to isolate ourselves, social distancing, you know. They don't want us to record the crimes being committed. Because with the cell phone technology came people recording cops beating, murdering unarmed people. And cops didn't like that. And that was a threat to the establishment, who wanted to cover all that up. And so social media banned our videos, exposing the cops' corruption and other people's corruption, as we the people were recording on the rooftops the crimes of the people. And so, yeah, the church was waiting in the wings to allow this to occur, so that they could rise up from the ashes with their kingdom afterward. And they pretend to be a small organization, just having control over the state of Utah. And so the powers that are actually causing all of this think that the church is a small fish in the bigger scheme of things, but the church is very powerful with the multi-billions that they're concealing from everybody. But then that whistleblower went and blew it, exposing them of having hundreds of billions of dollars. And that was just with one investment. They've got other investment companies, guys. And so, yeah, the church had to get radical, and the world's leaders joined hands and implemented the final Moses plague with the virus, purposely fulfilling the prophecies, purposely. And so Christians are thinking, oh wow, this is the end times, we're going to have Jesus appear. But no, the evil purposely fulfilled the prophecies to show Christians they're wrong. And that was the whole plot, to destroy Christianity too. So I've got more stuff planned today to try to protect you guys. That's what my lawsuit is. It's not just for me, so that they leave me alone. It's to save the world, because nobody else is doing it. Kay lost. She's not going to save the world. So it's up to me. And I have no one on my side. I mean, yeah, there are those of you on my YouTube channel who are sharing, but that's not like being a part of the Justice League. That's like being a fan. Big difference. I have nobody in the Justice League to fight the axis of evil. So, alrighty. go for my run, and then upload this after, and we'll get started on my day. Hopefully YouTube won't ban this video, because that's what they're doing now, is censoring videos, because they laid off a whole ton of people, and that hasn't hit the news.